There's a war on Pornhub taking place, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
Oh God.
I don't like it. See, Shannon feels
Okay.
very uncomfortable with this conversation because where she knows I'm gonna take it,
I
or
do.
where she
I
thinks I'm
do.
gonna
I
take it.
do.
But I'm gonna
I
talk
do.
about it. So there's been an anti-porn sentiment being drummed up for like the past, I would say, 2 or 3 months. I remember when the first article started to be written about Pornhub and accusations that Pornhub had unconsensual videos on their apps and child pornography with women who are under the age of 18 on their app on their website. Sorry, I'm saying apps on their website. I remember those stories, and I remember at the time thinking, "Wow, this could be true, but it doesn't seem genuine." And so recently, today actually, MasterCard and Visa announced that they are suspending their ties with Pornhub. And so before, if you wanted to, buy a video on Pornhub or be a premium member, though I have no idea why you would be a premium member and paying for it. But anyway, uh, you would pay a subscription fee. Mm-hmm. So you would put in your credit card information, and now you are a premium member. And so what this does now is you cannot become a premium member if you have a Visa or a MasterCard that you were using before. So now reoccurring payments aren't a thing. You can't sign up using those if you have a Visa or MasterCard. And also, if you are a porn performer and was getting paid, if you have a Visa and a MasterCard, you can't collect your money.
Well, wait. Is there any other major card distributor? Is it only Visa and MasterCard, or is there another one?
American Express.
American Express, right. There you go.
And I think there's one more, but definitely those the big three. But and by the way, PayPal did something similar before. So many porn performers who were getting paid with PayPal, which is very common, PayPal pulled out of the sex industry. And so if you were selling sex, selling pornography, you could not get paid through PayPal. And so there's been this war on porn, which is a quasi war on sex that is taking place from multiple angles. And so initial charge. Do I believe Pornhub has content on its website that is unconsensual, meaning that the sex in the video is unconsensual, or that the video was uploaded without the permission of the participants? Do I believe that? Yes. Pornhub denies it. Do I believe that? Absolutely.
Okay. And that's a problem.
Yes. Do
yes,
I believe?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
No,
do I believe?
Yeah. Yes, it's a problem.
We'll get there. Do I believe that Pornhub has what was the other accusation? It was the underage people. It was the videos uploaded without consent. I think there's one more accusation, but those two were the big ones, right? Underage performers uploaded without their consent. Oh, and videos of rape, right? Not people acting on rape, but actual rapes on Pornhub. Do I believe those are there?
That's a problem.
Of course, I believe those are there. Yes. Shannon, all the problem. Now, here's my thing. YouTube struggles with this problem, not in the same way, but do you remember before where YouTube people were uploading videos on YouTube of like jihadists cutting people's heads off, and various content that definitely went against YouTube's community standards. And my argument was always, dude, YouTube is the second largest search engine on the web. I think it's Google and then YouTube, or YouTube then Google. Either way, they're 1 and 2. And now Google owns YouTube. Speaking of monopolies. So yes, when you are a huge search engine like that, especially one that where people upload videos, you can't possibly you can't check every single individual video that is uploaded to your platform. You can't. Whether we're talking about algorithms, or many of these companies use algorithms in addition to actual video watchers. So people who watch.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say needs to happen.
Well, they have them. Okay, I don't think you guys understand how many videos are uploaded to platforms like YouTube and Pornhub like every year, or even on a daily basis. It's a lot of content being uploaded. And so would it shock me if an actual raping video makes it by? No. Would it shock me if
Okay. But if these videos are on there and Pornhub is denying it, but they are in fact there, then I feel like it's completely justified for these companies to pull out of deals with Pornhub.
to be clear, I haven't seen a single bit of evidence of a particular video, right? I'm saying I believe that the accusation is true because I just think that with such a broad and large number of submissions, you're gonna miss some stuff. This is my assumption, but so far I haven't seen like the smoking gun, if that makes sense, right? Like, oh my god, this video in particular was a video of an actual rape that made it through the the they're not fact checkers, but the people that watch the videos to make sure that they're legit. I haven't seen that smoking gun. My thing is, there is a movement, an anti-porn movement, definitely, but I get some like weird anti-sex stuff in there as well, but definitely an anti-porn movement that is pretty much using this to push their agenda, right? Because what they want to do is end internet pornography. There is a huge anti-pornography movement in this country, and it's growing. It's like a partnership between the religious right and feminists who want to get rid of porn. It's what they want.
Okay, well, I don't know about all of that, but I'm just saying that there
That's
needs to
what
be better
they want.
type of fact checking for what kind of content is uploaded onto your porn site.
They already have people whose jobs are, by the way, this is an awful job, but their job is to sit there and watch videos that get flagged by the algorithm for being inappropriate, and their job is to sit there and watch it and determine whether or not this video is actually inappropriate. But once again, you can only have so many video watchers, and there is a huge amount of content being uploaded to your site. The middle ground for this could have easily been, hey, Pornhub, you have to tighten your verification methods, which Pornhub did, by the way. Let me find this article. Pornhub came out and pretty much said that they were announcing new changes to their website to address these concerns. So let me find this. Hold on. Okay. All right. So this is from Fox News. I'm going to just read this real quick. Pornhub implements new rules as backlash intensifies over sex trafficking concerns. Pornhub issued a series of new restrictions on user experience Tuesday as it faced backlash over an explosive report on underage sex trafficking victims being exploited on its platform. Pornhub released a statement. At Pornhub, nothing is more important than the safety of our community. A statement from the company read, our core values such as inclusivity, freedom of expression, and privacy are only possible when our platform is trusted by our users. This is why we have always been committed to eliminating illegal content, including non-consensual material and child sexual abuse material. The streaming giant announced, among other things, that it would only allow, quote, properly identified users, end quote, to upload content on the site. It also announced it would ban downloads and expand moderation on the site. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you had certain people like a woman named Nicole in a lawsuit. She claimed underage videos of her naked were posted on the site. And she said she reportedly told Pornhub, you really need a better system. I tried to kill myself multiple times after finding myself re-uploaded on your website. Yeah, and so I'm just skipping certain parts of the article. Danny Pinter, Nicole's attorney at the National Center on Sexual Exploitation, maintains that the platform can't be trusted even with its new policies. I don't trust them at all to do what they're saying they're going to do, first of all, she said. And secondly, it's really irrelevant because there's nothing new that has come to light to them. We have at the National Center have been talking about all of these issues for years, specifically targeting Pornhub. And then she talks about a petition that received 2.1 million signatures backing her call to shut down the platform. That's what this is really about. It's an anti-porn movement where people view porn as detrimental to society. Now, I think there's a real debate to be had on whether or not porn is detrimental to society, especially when you take into consideration how it is introduced to teenagers kind of readily. Like if your child has a phone and he's a boy, you should assume that he's watching pornography. like just assume it. But to me, that discussion, that fight should be had honestly. It shouldn't be had using these unfortunate issues to kind of push a certain agenda. That's what I'm pushing back on. I am.
Okay. Yes.
I'm pushing back on it. And so, yeah,
okay.
Moderate your content better, Pornhub, even though I think it's impossible. But sure, try to moderate your content better. Hire some more video watchers, even though I think it's impossible. Take these steps. I think we need to be honest about ourselves. That look, yes, some foul stuff is going to be uploaded to these platforms every now and again.
Right. What? I'm just saying I understand, and like I agree to your point about your gripe about like wanting to shut down the site entirely. Fine. But I'm just saying if they don't have a better system in place, I don't blame these companies for wanting to not work with them if there's no better system in place for trafficking this stuff that's getting uploaded. So good for you, Visa and MasterCard. Good for you.
Shannon just hates poor people. You know what it is, Shannon?
What are you talking about? What does that have to do?
This hurts the people. Now, even with the new rules, I don't think that these new rules are not without some cost. There are plenty of people that upload pornography who don't want their identity to be shared with anybody. And so now you have to verify yourself, which most likely means you have to record a video holding your ID. I've heard that's pretty common on like OnlyFans, where you have to record a video of yourself holding your ID so that they know it's you. Now this private company has your information.
Yeah, I guess.
No, but it's serious. And here's the thing. Now there's a risk that if you were uploading pornography but hiding your identity, right? Maybe you and your spouse were wearing masks or doing whatever to hide who you really were in these videos. You're selling pornography. You're making money, right? You're making a livelihood, and now you can't do that anymore because you don't want to risk sending your information with your full name, with your address to this porn company and risk that information being leaked, which, by the way, happens all the time. It happens with Ashley Madison. It's like almost like a yearly thing where once a year they get hacked and everyone knows who's cheating on their spouse, and it destroys lives and no one cares about it. And so now you can't produce this content with anonymity anymore. It has real world consequences. If you're a porn performer, you can't get paid. And like you said, I mean, almost every card you get is either Visa or MasterCard.
That's true. It is. You're right.
I haven't seen an American Express card in years.
I know. I just think that it needs. I just don't think that it's okay. I don't necessarily know what the solution is. I mean, yes, there needs to be a better method in place. I understand the not anonymity thing. I understand that, but I also don't think it's okay for some of this content to be uploaded. So I just don't know where I fall. Huh?
I don't think it was okay. I said.
I mean, I'm not saying that you're saying it's okay. I'm just saying because of that, I don't know where I fall on the spectrum of this argument. That's what I meant.
Oh, so you're riding the fence. I get it. I think this is awful. I think there is an assault on sex performers and sex workers that I find to be despicable. And part of the reason why I care about this so much, because some of you are thinking, oh, wow, you are really passionate about this, Jabaya. I'm passionate because it starts with sex and it always spills into other forms of freedom that people hate. And so whenever someone hates porn or there's like an anti-porn movement, it inevitably leaks into other areas. And I'm someone who talks shit for a living, or hopefully will talk shit for a living. It's going to eventually come to us. Oh my God, we don't like what he's saying. MasterCard and Visa. He shouldn't be allowed to process payments because of the content that he is spewing.
Okay.
Like, is this the world we want to live in?
Okay, I see your point. I do. I see it.
So just to wrap this conversation up, do you think Pornhub is not doing its job if even one video that is non-consensual makes it on this platform, or do you give them like a quota?
No. I'm not saying that they're not doing their job, but it's one thing if it makes it onto the site and you're doing what you need to do to rectify the situation by like removing it, finding it, removing it. But like, don't say that it's not there though when it is.
Okay, so would you be fine if 100 non-consensual videos made it on Pornhub every year?
What?
Would you be fine if 100 non-consensual videos made it on Pornhub every year?
I mean, no, not really.
So what's your number? That's what I'm saying. Like, if we're gonna have these policies,
I mean, 100 a year opposed to a larger number. Yes, obviously, I'd rather take the 100, but like, I'd rather like less than that be made onto. I mean, I don't know. Don't ask me these hard questions. I don't know.
I'm just saying. This is the type of discussion that needs to be had.
The ideal answer. Mm-hmm.
It's impossible.
Yes, I know it's impossible. I just said it was the ideal answer, but I know that is not possible.
Okay, yeah, and that's what I'm pushing back on is kind of this idealism that is bringing that once again, like I said, it's like a 3-dimensional chess game going on right now where you have actual victims of women whose images and videos were uploaded without their consent. Those are actual victims, right? Advocates are using them to push their anti-porn agenda. It's like I want to make sure that I'm not coming across as not having compassion for the victims. I believe there are actual victims. Yes, I just believe the way to rectify that is not to have this anti-porn push. And I think people are being suckered into this anti-porn push instead of saying, hey, let's separate these two separate issues and let's deal with the grievances here from these women claiming that they were violated. Let's get Netflix to tweak their policy or come up with some safeguards where we can decrease the number of instances where this thing happens, and then let's move on our way. But that's not what happened. Ideologues have taken over, and that's what I'm pushing back on. That's why I'm defending Pornhub.